What's the worst thing that a guy said to you that in his mind was a compliment?
I have a great one that I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to. So I was young. I was probably 16 or 17. Went out with an older gentleman, probably in his early to mid 20s. Yeah, I know. And we were at the date. Things were going great. I thought it was going awesome. And smack dab in the middle of dinner, he was like, you look a lot better in your pictures. So I was like, okay, ow. He was like, yeah, you got a pretty face, but it's such a shame that you don't have the body to match. Fast forward to finally the end of the date, and we're walking back to the car, and he was like, I'll still sleep with you though, to boost your self-esteem. Yeah. Like if you want to hear how I broke his nose and he tried to take me to court to sue me for the medical bills. Sorry, not sorry.
So I had just had my first baby. I was 3 weeks postpartum. I went back to work and there was this guy there that I worked next to. He had a huge crush on me and he was the first person that I saw in the morning when I came back. When I walked up to him, he looked at me and he's like, "Oh, you're back. How does it feel to be a mom?" And then he looked me up and down and he's like, "Oh, it looks like you lost almost all of your baby weight. Good for you." There was a long pause of awkward silence and then he says, "Don't take that the wrong way. I mean, you look so good for having a baby 3 weeks ago. I'm just wondering how much more weight you have to lose until you're completely back to normal." Like, I don't want to talk about my baby weight with you or anybody, but thanks for the compliment.
This is all the way back in high school, but I remember this one time in my class, me and my female friend were talking about colorism, and this boy, the same color as me, had the audacity to be like, "Yeah, I didn't really like dark-skinned girls until I saw Promise. Now I love chocolate." Really?
One time this guy was just showering me with compliments. He was like, "Your face is so gorgeous. Your smile is so pretty. You are so pleasing to look at. You really could work as a supermodel." And then he proceeded to say that if I was hitting the gym every day, if I really worked out and got toned, that I would have the perfect body and it would be unmatched. Yeah, so anyway, I think that I look good like this, and so does my girlfriend.
If you were a foot taller, we would be dating right now. I can't change that. If you can't take me when I'm a short king, then you don't deserve me when I'm naked and funny.
The man I am currently dating, after we did he looks at me. He says, "I'm so glad that you are not skinny." What? Excuse me? I said, ouch. Okay. I know I'm not, but ow.
I've been waiting for this one. I was on a first date with a guy and we were just talking about our families and stuff, and I had mentioned that I was really close with my family and my parents, and he was like, "That's crazy to me that you're close with your dad because you pin me as a girl with daddy issues." I was like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" And he was like, "No, don't take it in the wrong way. I just think you're fun and you've got a wild side and you don't take shit from men." I was like, "Okay, I don't really understand how those two things are mutually inclusive, but okay." And he obviously could tell that I was put off from the conversation at this point, so he looks at me and he says, "Oh no, don't take this in the wrong way. I just usually go for girls with daddy issues because they're easier. But this could be a fun little chase." Girl, the only thing I'm chasing is a restraining order after this conversation. What the fuck?
This shit is funny, but low-key hurt my feelings. But anyway, we was doing it with a do. Touching, kissing, whatever. This motherfucker gonna come up to my ear talking about, "I love me a fat bitch." I said, "Get the fuck off me," and I went home.
So I told a boy about my eating disorder and he replied with, "No wonder you're so good at deep throwing when you stick your fingers down your throat every day."
I guess this is my turn. I don't know, so I'm pansexual, and so yeah. And when I moved to San Diego, I decided to have sex with a Mexican guy. No, the thing is, everything was great until he said, "Yeah, you can give me those black sexy babies." I said, "Huh? So then, I don't know, for some reason, God said that he was going to make my friend call me, so my friend called me.
As he should.
I missed the phone calls, but then I said, hold on, wait, let me check my phone. And then I saw that she called me, so I said, wait.
As you should.
My friend just texted me and told me that her grandmother died, so I gotta go. Now, she don't have no grandmas, so that's why I used her, and it was like perfect timing, but yeah.
He smoking dick.
And then I had to play porn on my phone and lay it on his stomach in order to finish.
I have so many of these. Oh my god. Okay, first one. Oh my god, you look so much better with dark hair. Did I look bad before? Second one, he goes, this was from a like famous TikTok boy. He goes, you're so cool. I don't understand why you have more followers. Babes. Maybe it's because... No. No. We're not going to do that. Third one, he goes, I usually hate nose piercings, but on you it looks kind of good. Thanks.
I was waiting for this one. So when I was working, I was training a set of people, and throughout this whole session, this one guy just kept staring at me, and I was like, okay, like he's just trying to be attentive, it's like totally fine. And then we had a break for lunch, and he decided to come sit with me. Everything was normal, it was like normal conversation, and I said I had to go back to prepare for my next session. So he wants to walk me back, so you're like going back, and he's like, so, like, where are you from? And before I could even answer, he's like, wait, let me guess. And I was like, okay. So he guesses Guyanese, Trini, and I was like, no, but like I've gotten these like responses before, so I was like, whatever. So he's like, okay, then like, where are you actually from? And I said, I'm Sri Lankan. And he's like, no way. And I'm like, why do you sound so surprised? And he's like, I didn't know Sri Lankans were pretty until I met you. That's not even a compliment.
When I tell a guy that I'm fat, and they're like, okay, I'd still hit. Or, they're like, if you lost weight, you take over. They're like, yeah, but your face is pretty. I'm pretty in the face, but my body's fucking disgusting, apparently. Not apparently, it is. It is. Thanks. But yeah, men think that they're complimenting me and saying I'd still hit. Sir, you fuck your hand. You fuck pillows, sponges, peanut butter, sandwiches, animals, tailpipes. I'm not really. That isn't really the serve you think it is, sir.
Oh, I got one, sweetheart. It was when I was in high school. You know, guys are very superficial back then. Guy I'd been chasing for a very long time. Yes, sweetheart. I was chasing a guy. Anyway, finally got him to give me his number, and we're texting back and forth for the longest amount of time, and I thought that he was actually feeling me. Y'all, just wait, hold on. This motherfucker had the nerve to come up to me, and he told me, you know, I ain't gonna lie, for a one-eyed bitch, you kinda cute.
These because I'm dark skin and men feel the need to give me the most backhanded compliment ever. Let's not talk about it. There was this one time I really liked this boy, like I like this boy to the moon and back, baby. And one day we were having this conversation and he was like, you know, I like you. And I was like, oh my god, like, my head was like, yes baby, he likes me. And I was like, yeah, he likes me. And then he was like, but I was like, but what? But I'd never date you. And I was like, why? And he's like, cause you're dark skin. I'm like, what? And I said, but you just said you liked me. And he said, yeah, I liked you, I would fuck you, like I'd have great sex with you, but I wouldn't date you. I was like, what? Bear in mind, in his head, that was a compliment. And me and this boy were friends, we were good friends, but like he thought because I was dark skinned he wouldn't want to be seen with me, baby. He wouldn't. And it was a compliment to him. Men are crazy.
This kid really told me I was supposed to go and meet my girlfriend at the baseball field, and he wouldn't leave me alone. He kept hitting on me, and I was like, okay, I really gotta go. Can you please, like, I'm gonna go meet my girlfriend. Walk home. And he was like, all right, but I just gotta tell you one thing first, because I bet nobody's ever told you. You got a nice rack for a lesbian.
So long story short, he said, there's no way that you are black, and ended it with, I want to scalp you like an Indian and stuff your hair in my pillowcase.
This one day in middle school, I had wore body dress to class, right? And I'm just sitting down doing my little work with that, right? And this boy comes up to me and was like, yo, you got a fat ass. If you was light skinned, I would definitely date you. Huh? Like, what the fuck? And I'm thinking he joking, right? Like, he's not dead ass, right? He's like, why you mad? What's wrong? What the fuck do you mean what's wrong? Why would you just come up to me and say that shit? And if I was light skinned, I still want to give you a piece of this ass. Now move.